What's up, guys? We're gonna build beats. Time to be showing you guys how to make some fast-paced piano trap beats. If you do end up enjoying the video, make sure you do hit that sub button and turn post notifications on so you don't miss a video. Let's go ahead and hop into it. All right, so we get started with our first melody. So first, with this stuff, you kind of want like a pad or something in the background. So that's all you have, a bunch of sounds. So I labeled them so you know what type of sound to get. So we have a warm synth, and then I have this pulled up so you can see the effects if you want to try to like mimic it. Okay, so for the scale, honestly, I think a D minor would be good. Like D minor, C minor, stuff like that around there is really great for dark stuff because you can go really low with the bass. So 140 BPM just defaults. Let's turn our metronome on. Let's go in here, and I think we keep it fairly simple starting off. Again, if you don't know these half steps, so the notes with no space in between, they're just right next to each other. These will give you that dark sound and kind of along with the root. Okay, so starting with this second pair will give you really dark stuff. I hate when FL does that, messing up my grid. All right, so we can start with this, and let's come back and let's go down, create kind of a melody. Okay, and then I'm gonna just pull this down so it's not repetitive. And let's just copy that and pull that up. Listen to the high version. Okay, that's pretty decent. Again, keep in mind we do have a lot of sounds to work with, so we don't need to create a whole bunch of chords and stuff in every single one. Pull these down. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next instrument. All right, next up we have this high cut lead. So this can be like a key. It's just something that sounds similar to this. It's just like a very thin pad like sound. Here are some effects you can use for that. So same thing, we're just gonna do the same process here, but just here. So we're gonna kind of play around with some of those notes. And literally, let's just do something like this. Stretch these out. I'm gonna just copy this and pull it down. And then let's just see if that works. Let's take these out. Okay, I'm okay with that, so let's go ahead and move on to our next sound. All right, so real quick, what I want to do is add in some of the bass. So I'm gonna use this piano for the bass because I want to make sure we're on the right track, because this sound a little, it's lacking like a melody necessarily. It's kind of just like a dark sound, right? So I want to make sure this is sounding right. So let's start on our root, which is D minor. There we go. Let's break this up. And then maybe if we go up here. Okay, so now it's actually starting to sound like a melody. Let's move this over here, and then we're just gonna pull this to the second set, just like that. All right, I like that. I think that's pretty cool. Probably pull those out a bit. So that is the bass. Now we got like it sound like a melody. So now let's go back to our pad. All right, so now we're back to the ambient pad, and this is the sound. Okay, pretty simple sound. Similar to the first one, just with a little distortion. So same thing. We're just gonna kind of keep building this, try to like build a background. So let's go back here. use this little right here. Right, and we're still using those notes that are right next to each other, and this is to keep it dark, right? Because when you start going off of this, it starts to have a little bit more like it starts to sound a little bit like happier or like melodic. Let's remove that, and then let's use that A. Let's just copy this and move this up. Oops. Just keep that. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I think that's pretty good for kind of like some ambience, and this is a lot. Well, it's not really a lot. We could have just probably used some chords, but I think this is a lot easier to kind of get through because you're just using the same notes, right? So let's go ahead and make a melody with our piano. All right, so now this is the piano we have. Now I would recommend adding a little bit of reverb so it has a little bit more space in it. So same thing here. We could just use the root, and you could be more melodic with this part if you want to. Just gotta be careful because it could start to sound very like sad. So take this note, and then I'm just adjust the notes as we go through. Pull it up an octave. And I'm gonna let these leak over a bit. Let's take this, pull it up. Pull those down an octave. So let's copy it. So we're gonna copy this over, and we have to adjust these for the bass. Okay. So we go back to our bass and look where that is in this section. So we need to hit the F for the majority of this part. So let's pull these up 1, 2 till we hit F. You can see this is making it sound very melodic or like sad, because it's not a half step here. So we want to move it up here. Okay, so next we're gonna take these, pull them up. All right, pull these up this way. Shift D, and then you can kind of use a combo of these notes. Now I didn't like the A sharp, so I'm deleting it because it didn't sound good down here. So it probably wouldn't sound good over here. And we're just gonna kind of make a quick melody. And we are in let's go in the 1/4 grid. There we go. So 1/4 grid is the grid you want for this. Let's turn it up a little higher than this one so it kind of hits harder. Then let's copy it over, and then I'm gonna just make adjustments like this so it's not perfect. Let's just copy a few. Let's just make them shorter and make some a little longer. And then we can copy it over. Let's listen to it from here. Wait, why is one lower? Okay, as simple as that. So now we can go ahead and move on to our drums. All right, so I went ahead and added the clap and the snare just so we can have like something to go with the 808. Probably should turn this up a bit. So right click over here if you have loop points on and go set to next bar, and this will repeat it throughout so you don't have to keep placing them in. Okay, so let's copy this piano bass. I should probably rename this. Let's go in here, oops, paste, and then now we can pull these up to D5, just empty them out, and just put our own little notes in there. Let's go in here. Okay. We can literally just do this. Simple as that. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. So now we can go ahead and just throw in our last two drums. All right, so last we have our hi-hat and our snare. So we're just gonna go ahead and get through these, and I have my loop point here, so we don't have to do the whole thing. Do a 1/6. To really make these stand out a bit. See what that sounds like. Okay, I like that. So for the snares, go 1/2 and just throw some stuff in. Hit them with a pan, slight little pan right here. Okay, so that is the beat. We don't really have mixing, we don't really need it right now. So let's play the whole thing. And that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.